What is up, boys? I'm outside today, getting a little bit of nature, trying to build some confidence by talking out in public. So we're gonna see how this goes. And today we're gonna be talking about overstimulation and how that can defeat all your focus in your life. If you're able to work for 30 minutes and then next thing you know, you wanna fall asleep or you get distracted by a phone, there's ways that you can implement different techniques, different routines to change that. Because if you consistently do that for years and years, there's going to be a time where you're not benefiting at all in life. Today in this video, we're going to be going over why overstimulation is destroying your guys' focus, how dopamine addiction is keeping you weak, why most guys will feel anxious and unmotivated, how overstimulation is lowering the testosterone and the energy of your body. And then finally, gonna give you guys a 3-step fix to reset your focus and your discipline. So stay tuned, this one's gonna be definitely information packed. Just gonna be a talk though, building a lot of confidence just by talking outside. So that's the main reason for this video. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan Mitchell. I help people build discipline through a brotherhood-like mindset. That brotherhood is kind of a metaphor for that group of people that is always achieving more. Think of that penthouse group that is always working 24/7. That is that mindset that I want to instill in a brotherhood. But yep, gonna switch cameras and gonna give you guys a better view of the surroundings. The average person cannot focus for more than a few minutes without checking their phone. There was a time in my life where every single time I'd wake up, I'd check my phone. I'd work, every 5 minutes I'd check my phone. I would want to see who texted me. I'd be worried about one person that was giving me some information, or I was wondering when was the next social media notification. It was destroying my dopamine receptors, and I was getting all this cheap dopamine, and it was destroying my brain. I couldn't focus. My brain was consistently and constantly chasing stimulation, which was making deep work feel impossible. I couldn't even stay clear-headed for more than 30 minutes without wanting to just give up and not try. I had to instill some type of mindset. I kept feeling restless, anxious, or mentally fatigued because my mind was never still. It was always running. I was looking for cheap dopamine from the time I woke up to the time I fell asleep. It wasn't good for my mentality, it wasn't good for my physical self, and it wasn't good for the spiritual self-being. And dopamine, that is the brain's reward system. It's what drives your motivation, your habits, and your focus. So if someone's destroying these dopamine receptors, they're not going to be able to have that drive to accomplish more and get better in their life and achieve what they want. And things like social media, junk food, video games, and porn, these hijack that dopamine and make the real work feel boring. That's why so many people are stuck in this mindset to where they can't achieve much, and they're in this group like everyone else. It's because they're stuck with these cheap dopamines. Everything in life that makes you stronger, like the gym, self-improvement, deep work, starting a business, it all requires delayed gratification. Someone who aspires for delayed gratification their entire life will have their bucket filled way more than someone who aspires for cheap gratification, instant gratification. These people, at the end of their life, they're going to look back and they're going to see that they haven't built something in their 20s, their 30s, and their 40s. These people have started building something since they were 16, 18, 20, even 30, 40. It's whenever they decided that they're done with all this cheap instant gratification and they would much rather focus on themselves and much rather get a delayed output that has a much greater reward. Overstimulation is what is going to lead to brain fog, anxiety, and feeling drained for no reason. Overstimulation is like scrolling, watching, and consuming. And when you do that, your brain is never resetting. It's constantly searching for the next way to keep it entertained, the next way to keep it going. But if you do that so much, when you try to work out or you try to do deep work, it's going to feel like it's worthless. because you aren't getting that instant gratification like all these cheap dopamine that you're getting. You're overstimulated and you're burnt out. You need to take back control of your dopamine and do some type of detox. Reset your dopamine, get in the surroundings. As you can see today, I am trying to build my confidence, so I'm talking in public, not caring who's around me. I got my earbuds in to block things out, and I got my notepad. But it's just me, myself. I'm trying to get exactly where I want to be. Endless dopamine spikes will kill your drive, your motivation, and your testosterone. And these modern distractions is what keep men weak by keeping them in a state of comfort and passivity. Our ancestors weren't scrolling all day. They were hunting, they were building, they were moving. That is what our brains are for. So if every single day you're being like everyone else and you're scrolling, you're not getting outside, you're playing on your phone, you're succumbing to all these bad habits, you're gonna be like everyone else. The people who chose to build, hunt, and move in their life, they excel so much further than people that do not. If you constantly chase instant gratification, you'll never have that hunger to push yourself. So now we're gonna move on to our last section. This section is gonna be a 3-step fix to reset your focus and your discipline, and it's gonna start with a dopamine detox. You need to cut out cheap dopamine for 24 to 48 hours. Instantly, like stop right now. If you are watching this video and you have some type of dopamine in front of you, that can be alcohol, that could honestly be food, that can be a vape, that could be a second screen, turn it off. Focus on one thing. Stop being distracted by so much and cut out all social media, cut out all junk food, cut out mindless entertainment, and focus on you. Then learn to train that focus. Set timers. That's what I started to do when I was first implementing. That way I was able to work deeply on one thing and rebuild my ability to concentrate. Because everyone was able to concentrate on one things in their life, but then they chose to steer off that path and only focus on cheap dopamine. And that's what messed up their receptors inside their body. Once you can learn to take a detox, train your focus, you then can replace stimulation with effort. Start going to the gym, start reading, go outside in the nature, as I'm doing. Do some type of deep work, build something. I felt unfulfilling until I started building myself. Once I started building myself through the gym, what came with it? I started making videos. I started getting my money in order. I started getting I started reaping more rewards in my job. All because I chose to cut out the bullshit and only focus on things that actually made me stronger. That is what I wanted to go over in this video. Hopefully you guys can take some type of information from this, apply it to your life, and do something with it. Because you're feeling overstimulated, and this is why you cannot focus. If you cannot focus for more than 1 hour, do the detox, train your focus, and then replace that focus with something that is much more productive in your life. Thank you guys all for sticking around. Anyone that's really serious about getting that brotherhood mindset, click the first link in the bio or in the description. That's going to take you to my Calendly where you can book a call with me and we can talk about getting you the life that you've always wanted. I appreciate any of you guys sticking around. Leave any comments, letting me know what you guys thought, if anything you took away and found valuable, and do something that is uncomfortable. I did not want to go outside and record this video, but here I am. So thank you guys for watching. This is Jonathan Mitchell. Peace out.